Today LD Travels coming back with a new video today, and just looking ahead to our future being lovely. I do obviously want to be living with her in the Philippines, so we're actually having a look at a video done by Beauty, uh, just basically going into what you can get on a $1,000 monthly budget in the Philippines, and we'll jump right in, have a look, see what she's come up with, and see if it's actually doable.
Healthcare in the Philippines is not exactly cheap. According to Insular Life, an average hospital stay could set you back at 2,500 a night for a private hospital, while ICU stays could cost 30,000 pesos a night. A small house in Manila might set you back to a minimum of $500 per month, which is going to eat into the budget quite a bit. So that is a total of 7,770, maybe a little bit more or less. Hey, it's Rubeauti! In today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to live in the Philippines with only $1,000 per month budget. Is it really possible to live with an amount that is considered so little in your country? Of course, it is in Asia, especially in countries like Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia. For starters, you should be willing to ditch the accessories and unnecessary things that you enjoyed in your home country, like buying nice phones, laptops, going out to eat, going out for drinks often. These are just some of the things that you'll likely sacrifice on this sort of budget. First things first, $1,000 is about 54,000 pesos as of today's conversion, and $1 just plays within the 50 to 55 pesos range. That may or may not sound a lot to you, so we'll get into the details so you get a fuller picture. Obviously, there are plenty of houses for rent throughout the Philippines. A small house in Manila might set you back to a minimum of $500 per month, which
Yeah, that's
is
a half
going to
budget.
eat into the budget quite a bit. So, if you want to live in the Philippines for $1,000 per month or less, you need to get away from the capital city. But if you're really a high flyer
Like you
and
say, for
used to
any
the
country, though.
concrete jungle of urban areas, then going for a one-bedroom apartment in cities like Davao City, Dumaguete, Bacolod, rents there can
Bacolod.
range between $155 to $250 per month. So renting apartments in more suburban areas
That's
is
nice.
roughly 25 to 35% cheaper, which can save you a lot of money in the long run. Utilities aren't too pricey either, as $40 to $50 will cover moderate usage of electricity. Moderate usage is not using aircon 24 hours, 7 days a week. I know the heat in the Philippines is too much to handle for some of you, but this can be sorted out by using electric fan in most days. If you are gonna use your aircon 24/7, it'll probably cost you around 4,000 to 7,000 pesos monthly. That's your consumption only on your aircon. But you can also opt for a hybrid. What I mean by hybrid is to use an electric fan when you don't feel that hot and only use aircon when you really need it. It is also recommended to only use inverter appliances as much as possible for much lower electricity consumption. Okay, now let's see how much should you spend on food. Filipino food is delicious somehow and varied. What you eat will indicate how much you spend and vice versa. If you decide to eat at home and cook your own food, it'll be easy to stick to a
Yeah, man. Eat
$200
at
food
home.
budget per month. Do you know why Filipinos can even live with as low as 5,000 pesos monthly on food? Because we eat the cheapest and locally grown vegetables and crops that are available in our barangay. They don't buy expensive vegetables like cauliflowers and broccolis, because mostly those vegetables, you can only find those in the town proper. They don't buy fresh meals either. Most people only drink instant coffee and instant noodles in the morning. If you eat like that, you'll be able to lower your cost of living. But I don't know if you guys can do that. So let's just be realistic for you. Because even just with $1,000 monthly, you will still be able to live a comfortable life. And I'll show you how. So with food, I'm gonna start with the prices. And I also want to remind you that buying your groceries in open market can save you a lot
I
of
prefer
money.
that.
Although there are some products that you can only buy in supermarkets, in shopping malls like SM Supermarket, Pure Gold. Let's first begin with the foods that you can buy in the open market. These are the prices of the primary foods that we eat. One piece of an egg is 8 pesos. Personally, I eat at least
It's
2
not
pieces
8
every
pesos,
day.
mate.
They're
I can
cheap,
tell you that
easy to
much.
cook, and very nutritious.
I'd
The
rather
price
just
of
pay
chicken
between
varies
11 or 12
depending on the kind
per
of
egg.
cut, but one whole chicken in the wet market is 200 per kilo. The price of
And I
beef
think it
is
cost me for a
600
whole
per kilo.
chicken
By the way, you can buy a steak cut
380.
meat in
I think
supermarkets. It's a lot
350,
cheaper
380,
than
I think.
eating steaks in
Or it
restaurants.
might have been
Pork
more, but
meats
I didn't get
ranges
much
from
change for a
300 to
500
370 pesos per
peso
kilo.
bank note.
And there is a variety of fish in the market too.
Yeah, I really don't
Pampano, my
want fish
favorite, is
really.
400 per kilo. Salmon is 400 to
Pompano,
500 per kilo.
salmon,
Milkfish or bangus is
milk
200
fish.
pesos per kilo. These are delicious fishes you can buy, available in supermarkets and open markets. How about the prices of vegetables? Onions from 800 pesos is now down to 350 pesos per kilo. Beans 10 pesos per pack. Rice is
Oh,
50
that's
pesos
not
per
600.
kilo.
That's
And the following
$6.
are the goods that you can buy in
Why are they
supermarkets.
600
Fresh
pesos per
milk is
chicken?
90 pesos per 1 liter in grocery stores.
Yeah,
Fruits and
that's all
vegetables
like
will
that.
vary depending on whether you buy them at the open
Nutty
market
stuff.
or in supermarket. But surely some cost less than the equivalent in the US. If you want vegetables like zucchini, mushrooms, red radish, you have to go to the supermarket because
I
those
do like
vegetables
mushrooms
are
though, not
imported.
so
The
keen
food
on
is one
zucchinis
reason
and
why people
stuff.
suggest that the cost of living in the Philippines in US
Oh,
dollars
I miss
is
going to these
very
places,
low.
man.
Even if you decide to eat out regularly, actually, a decent meal at a food stall or carinderia costs like around 120 pesos. If you're not very picky, you can actually eat every day in carinderias. Carinderia is like a food stall. It's a small eatery with a small sitting area, typically in a market or at a roadside.
Oh, I need them
And
pans there.
believe me, you can still save a
Sometimes.
lot of money even if you eat in carinderias every
Oh,
day.
I miss the
If you
food,
decide to spoil
man. The
yourself with a
lady and
three-course dinner
everything.
at a mid-range restaurant, you're looking
I don't
around
know, cool.
$15 for one person. Alcohol is relatively inexpensive as well, as a pint of
Yeah, I could
Filipino
actually
beer
have
is
a beer in
around 50
paradise
pesos,
with my
while
lady.
12-ounce import costs around 70 pesos. The US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention strongly advise buying bottled water. They warn that the tap water in the Philippines is unsafe to drink, but bottled water is cheap since a 1.5 liter of water costs 65 cents. But I suggest buying your own water jug. This water jug will only cost you 50 pesos and just refill it. As long as you're not in the middle of the mountain, water refilling stations are easily accessible. And refill of this jug is only 50 pesos. Now, that's really cheap instead of buying 1 liter of bottled water every time. Now, let's see how much you'll probably spend in 1 month. Let's assume you have a one-bedroom apartment for $200 per month. Your utility bill, including internet and water, is 4,000 pesos. That is the considered moderate consumption. And I'm assuming these are the foods you're gonna buy because I've researched what are the foods that people in the West usually buy. So 3 dozens of egg is 300 pesos, 3 kilos of chicken is 600
1
pesos,
kilogram of
1
garlic.
kilo of sausage is 200 pesos, 1 kilo of onions is 300 pesos, 2 kilos of banana is
Banana.
160 pesos, 1 kilo of garlic is 150 pesos, 4
I would
packs
buy
of loaf
some,
bread
probably.
is 320 pesos, 1 kilo of carrots is 170 pesos,
100 grams.
cereals of 400
pesos.
grams is 600 pesos, peanut butter of
Yeah,
480 ounce
that
is
would be going on my
600
next
pesos, 2
individual
packs
gift,
bacon is
which is
520
just
pesos,
for fucking
4 pieces steak is
back
720
on.
pesos, and other vegetables 3,000 pesos. I included an allowance for the vegetables. I don't really know what kind of vegetables do you guys like buying or eating. So the 3,000 pesos of only allotted for vegetable is a lot for a month. So that is a total of 7,770. maybe a little bit more or less. Cooking gas is 800 pesos, but you don't really need that. Just buy an induction cooker. It is less hassle for you.
An
And
induction
also,
cooker.
you don't really need to own a washing machine and buy your own laundry soaps because you can easily drop your laundry off at the laundry shop for as low as 30 pesos per kilo to wash, dry, iron, and fold. Or if the nearest laundry shop is one ride away from your place and you don't really want to go through the hassle of taking a ride, taking a jeep or a tricycle just to clean or wash your laundry, you can make an agreement with someone in your neighborhood to wash your laundry. Transportation, the minimum fare in jeepneys is 12 pesos, and also riding a tricycle is also fun and cheap with a minimum fare of 20 pesos per head.
Mr.
So all
Jeepneys
in
and
all, the
trikes.
total is 20,870 pesos or $380. But let's round it off to 22,000 to include other small expenses like your transportation. You still have 32,000 pesos or $592 left. With that, you can still eat out at least twice a week or even if you eat in Carinderia 3 times a day. Now, with what's left on your budget, you can easily avail a health insurance. I think it is very
Mm.
important for you guys to get insured if you want to live in the Philippines, even if the cost of living here in dollars is very, very low.
Well, I'd definitely
Because
get, I suppose,
healthcare in
life
the
insurance.
Philippines is not exactly cheap.
Not life insurance,
According to Insular Life, an
health
average
insurance.
hospital stay could set you back at 2,500 a night for a private hospital, while ICU stays could cost 30,000 pesos a night. But I think that's gonna be for another video. Okay, so in general, if you live like a local, you can live comfortably on $1,000 per month. Even though the majority of expats generally spend much more than locals do, especially over the long run. And because of this, I don't often discuss how to live on $1,000 per month in the Philippines or just how to live on a low budget in general. Because while it is possible, I don't want to give you the impression that the Philippines is incredibly cheap and that you can live like a king on really little money because for some people, this budget can allow for a comfortable lifestyle and others may view it as barely getting by. And also another drawback of living on this budget is that you'll probably get bored at some point. There will be days when it seems like there is nothing to do if you live in a small town in the province. Perhaps some of you might find that enjoyable though. But don't worry, if you got used to living like a local, you'll be surprised on how much money you can actually save with your $1,000 budget in the long term. And with the amount of money you can earn or you can save in the long term, you'll be able to do more activities that you like. Okay, so there you have it. That is what to expect living on $1,000 per month budget in the Philippines. If you enjoyed this video, a like and subscribe would be much appreciated. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Yeah, no, that was quite interesting. That video by Rubeauti once again, and it just literally shows how easy it is to live on, in the grand scheme of things, a fairly minimal budget that can stretch and cover, if you were to rent a place, obviously, to your rent, electricity, water, internet, data, or load as it's called in the Philippines, your food shopping for a month, washing clothes, travelling, eating out a little bit, and you'll still have a tiny little bit left over for emergency. Oh yeah, and obviously like health insurance and stuff. And you'll still have a little bit left over. That is absolutely insane. Just as long as you shed your Western culture's very wasteful habits of spending money on stupidly expensive laptops, stupidly expensive phones, stupidly expensive games consoles, and massive TVs. There's no need to be wasting money like that. And the more time that I spend with Lovely, the more time I spend with her family, just makes me realise how much I didn't need to be happy as long as we have a TV that works and I can put Netflix on it or somehow So then there's always something to watch. You don't have to pay another bill for TV. As long as there's an internet connection and I can somehow connect to the TV, then we're sorted because there's so much to watch on there. And then if not, we can pick up a fairly sort of, I'd say, cheap laptop. That's probably the wrong way to put it, but there'll be some other way to be able to preoccupy yourself. And when you're in such a beautiful country like the Philippines, you wouldn't really want to be stuck in the house all the time. So like obviously there's like things to do. You can go for walks, go down to the beach. That shouldn't cost too much to get down there and have a nice cold drink down there and just look at the beautiful views and everything else. For me, it's just so highly exciting about spending more time there and eventually knowing that at some point I'll be living there with Lovely in our own home that we bought, the land we bought, and we can make it into our home to make it how we want it, and then just spend the rest of our lives together. So it's just so highly exciting, and we'll bring you along for the whole journey and see how it all goes in the end. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you like what you've seen and would like to see more, please don't hesitate to check out our other videos. One of my most recent uploads will just be on the left, and one of the playlists will be on the right. And be sure to drop us a like and share the video. And if there's anything else you'd like to check out, please don't hesitate to drop a comment down below. Smash the subscribe button because we're 12 subscribers away from our first milestone of 100, which is really, really awesome. And tap the bell notification on the way out so you don't miss a video. And we'll catch you on the next, guys.